guys, this is Charlie for Kracht and I have for you here today's home workout. It is 3 rounds for repetitions where I'm going to first tell you the equipment variation and then afterwards the body weight variation. In the equipment variation we have a minute of dumbbell or kettlebell thrusters, which will be from the goblet position. Then we'll have a minute of single arm dumbbell or kettlebell cleans, a minute of max reps hops over the dumbbell or kettlebell, then 1 minute of single arm dumbbell or kettlebell push presses, followed by a minute of burpees, and then you have a minute of rest. In the body weight variation, it's actually not entirely body weight today because you're going to fabricate a weight at home. Now, if you haven't seen my how to make a weighted backpack video yet, do-it-yourself video yet, please check it out. I'm going to show you the movements with the backpack, but if you have like a heavy book or like a heavy bottle or something, it would work out as well. In that variation, you're going to do odd object thrusters in minute 1, then odd object deadlifts in minute number 2, hops over the object in minute number 3, then in minute number 4 you have odd object presses, and then in the final minute it's burpees as well, and then after 5 minutes of work you have a minute of rest. Now this round, in both of the variations, you'll do for 3 times in total, where your score will be the total repetitions that you scored over the 3 rounds combined. Before I'm going to go through the movement standards, I'll show you what the warming up is going to look like. In the warming up, we're going to have 3 movements to start with. The first one is the floor T raises, and that goes as follows. You're going to be doing you're going to lie on the floor in an active position, so you're going to slightly bring your chest off the floor, and then you're going to be raising your arms up high. Now I need you to hold the top position for a second to really warm up that upper back well. So you're going to be lying on the floor. First of all, you're going to be bringing your chest up, and then you'll do a T raise with a second hold in the top. 1 Mississippi, down. 1 Mississippi, down. After 10 of those, you'll be going for 10 forward stepping lunges with a twist over your front foot. So you're going to be taking a big lunge step, and then you're going to be making a twist over that front leg. You'll be doing 10 repetitions on one side, followed by also 10 repetitions on the other side. You're going to end with 10 scissors to activate the core. You'll be on the floor, finding a nice hollow body position. Hold your hands wherever you want to, and then you're going to make that scissor movement, one leg over the other, and you'll do that for 10 times in total. If you have trouble with keeping your lower back on the floor, I need you to just bring your feet up higher and then make that scissor movement as well. The higher the feet, the easier it becomes, the lower, the harder it is. This you'll be doing for 3 rounds. After this, we have a bit of mobility, and in the mobility part, you're going to be holding a bottom of the squat. In the first minute, that bottom of the squat will be an active squat position. So you're going to hold a position where at all time you keep the tension in your whole body. After 1 minute of active hold, you'll go for another minute of passive hold, where you can sit as low as you can and really just like sink in. 2 minutes in total, 1 minute active, 1 minute passive. That's the mobility part for today. Then, for the workout, I'm going to show you the movement, first of all, with the dumbbell, then with the kettlebell, and then with the backpack, where you can keep in mind that backpack can be any object. So, in the first minute, we're going to be making thrusters. In a thruster, you combine that squat with the press. You hold your dumbbell or kettlebell or backpack in like the goblet position in front of you, and then you'll be doing the thruster. Notice that I stay nice and upright when I go down. When I go up, I'm going to extend my hips fast, and then I'll be doing the press. With the kettlebell, it works exactly the same. First you squeeze your bum, then you press. And then lastly, with the backpack, The second movement is the single arm dumbbell or kettlebell clean. So from the floor position, you'll be setting yourself up with a straight back, and the dumbbell will go from the floor into the shoulder position. Notice that my back is straight. Here as well, I extend my hips violently, hop, and then I'll go under. If you do that with the kettlebell, it goes the same. Feel free to go in between your feet instead of from the outside, and then you'll be doing a clean. If you don't have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you'll be performing deadlifts, and in the deadlift, it's best to keep that bag in between your feet so that the weight is nicely in the middle. And from here, you stand up. From the sides, that's going to look like this. Back is straight, squeezing the bum, lifting the chest to stand up. Then we'll be having hops, either over the dumbbell, over the kettlebell, or over your bag. And the quicker you do these hops, the better it is. Please don't take too much risk. If you jump wrong on the kettlebell, you might break your ankle. So safety first. If you get tired at one point, just use your arms in your jump, right? It's the same as when you're doing a box jump. Now, the odd object, depending on how large it is, makes it a bit harder because the distance to travel over a backpack is further than over a dumbbell. Then we have minute number 4, and in minute number 4 will be overhead pressing. So if that is a dumbbell or a kettlebell, it will be a single arm push press. You're going to dip, drive hard, and then finish strong with the press. Notice the difference in between that dumbbell front drag and in between that kettlebell front drag. You're going to be having the weight kind of on your bicep. Your knuckle is close to your collarbone, and from here you dip, drive, and press overhead, where the kettlebell kind of spins backwards with that ball. If you're having an odd object, it will be a strict press, but then with 2 arms. So you're going to be holding your backpack, or your book, or your water bottle. You'll be doing strict presses. Please, if it's a large object, bring it all the way down close to your chest. Lastly, and this one is going to be the same for both of the workouts, it's the burpee. And in that burpee, you can either jump back and forth or step back and forth. And making a combination is okay as well, as long as your chest is on the floor in the bottom and you make a jump, and please a happy clap on top. So it's going to be like this, either with a jump or it's going to be with a step. Now, 2 common made mistakes in the burpees. Mistake number 1 is doing a strict push-up. Sometimes I see people going down and they're like literally making a strict push-up, and this is going to slow you down a lot because you're going to fatigue much quicker. So think of it as dropping on the floor or going via the knees to the floor and kind of making that snaky movement. Common made mistake number 2 is that when you jump forward, that you're going to be doing that with a too narrow stance. So what that does is giving you a really poor squat position. Looks like this. And as you see, I'm now kind of on my toes, and this is not what we want, right? So when you jump forward, you're going to bring your feet wider, and then you're going to try to land flat on your feet straight away. Right? After you finish 5 minutes of work, you have a minute of a break, and then we're going to repeat for 3 rounds. So if you're really eager to count your score, just count for those 5 minutes and keep on counting up. So let's say you're going to finish 15 thrusters and you go to the cleans or the deadlifts, you just count 16, 17, 18, etc. And then as soon as you finish a full round, you have a minute to get a sip of water, catch your breath, but also to write down your scores. Lastly, I will give you 2 timer options, which you can download either in the Google Play Store or in the App Store, so that you have a timer just at Kracht, where every minute you hear a beep to make you transition from one to the other movement, instead of that you have to keep an eye on the clock at all time. That's it for today. I wish you all a good workout, and I hope to see you either on the leaderboard or in the online live classes soon. Bye guys!